Hey guys, Austin here, and I want to show you how to use the Chord Genome Project. For this demo, I'll be logged in as a gold member, which allows us to see all the songs. As a beta tester, you'll see about 10% of the results. Now, let's also assume you're a complete beginner. If you're not, we'll get to you in a second. As a beginner, we should start with a single chord, and it should be whichever one unlocks the most songs. The more playable songs you can find, the more songs you'll play. This means you'll have a larger repertoire, and it also means you'll spend more time on the guitar, and that's a great way to improve. But how do we know what chord to learn first? The platform can tell us. Let's go to the library, which stores all previously searched chords. Right now it's empty, but at the bottom of the page is a button that says Next Best Chord. When we click it, the platform analyzes all one-chord songs in the database to see which chord appears most often. It turns out that G major does, so learning this chord will let us play the most tunes. So let's do a search of G major. Head over to the search page, and in the search bar, type in G. There it is. Click on it. You can also do natural language, so if you like G maj, that's also fine. Click Add. Most chords will have a diagram if you mouse over them. We have G major twice, so let's get rid of one. To remove a chord, just hit that red X without the diagram popping up. So you got to sneak in there, boom, and click search. And voila, here's a list of super simple songs that use G major and only G major. One chord song, Are You Sleeping Brother John, also known as Frere Jacques, and Row Your Boat. Just click on a title to see the music. So here's Frere Jacques, and you can play this song with G. Here's what's really cool. The only thing standing between you and these songs is this one chord. If you can learn G major, you'll be able to play all those songs, so start practicing. Now we're back in our library because we're ready to add a new chord. You can see that G has already been searched in the past. When we click the next best chord, the platform determines what chord, when added to G major, lets us play the most songs. It's telling us to learn C major. Plug C into a new search, click search, and boom. Here are 143 songs that use GC and only GC. Again, if you can learn C major, all of these tunes become playable, so start practicing and growing your repertoire. We're back in the library, and the next best chord to learn is D major. So we add D, click search, and boom, nearly 4,000 songs that use GCD and only GCD. This is way too many results to scroll through. But 1, all of these columns are sortable. 2, you can search within the results, so I know there's at least one Bob Dylan song in there. Are there others? And yeah, there are a lot of Bob Dylan songs. And we can also do another search, but this time using genre and decade filters. They're pretty self-explanatory. If we don't have data for a song in the back end for genre or decades, it'll be marked miscellaneous or miscellaneous. Now, it's important that you use these filters with caution, and here's why. A song like Ring of Fire has appeared on tons and tons of albums, and so it's been tagged with tons and tons of genres, from country to folk to rock. If it's ever been sampled, which it has, it might also be tagged as hip-hop or electronic. To solve this, we only keep the 3 or 4 most popular genres for that song. This increases their searchability, but it also means you'll find false positives. Most songs have also been re-released countless times, and Chord Genome uses the earliest year it can find. When it finds an even earlier one, it updates that song. These filters aren't perfect, but they're absolutely necessary, especially when dealing with thousands of songs. So let's say that you like rock music from the 50s and 60s. Click search, and voila, here is a much better list of tunes. We got Bobby Darin, Buddy Holly, Bob Dylan, Cat Stevens, Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Ring of Fire. Now before diving into these songs, we still have a little bit of work to do, and here's why. Chord Genome indexes songs from sites like Ultimate Guitar and Cipher Club. Anyone can contribute to these guitar sites, which means they are huge, but it also means there will always be bad songs uploaded by amateurs. Any poorly transcribed tunes in these databases will also appear in Chord Genome. They're waiting for you either way. The good news is that some sites use star rating systems, and others also have comment sections. If you visit these areas first, you'll have a pretty good idea if that tune is worth the effort. Here's another problem you might face. Some songs will be non-working when you click on them. Others will show chords that you didn't search. This happens because these websites are always changing. Songs get removed and edited all the time. But you can easily see what a tune looked like before it changed. Just head over to archive.org, paste in the problem URL, click search, and using this timeline, you can find earlier versions of that song from, let's say, June 10th, 2016. And there is our song, Back from the Dead. So digging through these songs does take effort, but you can easily find 10 tunes you like, so start practicing. Now, if we ask for the next best chord, the platform will recommend E minor, which when added to G, C, and D gives us about 12,000 songs, which is insane. But the library also has filters, and we can use those filters to tailor the next best chord to our musical tastes. So we like rock music from the 50s and 60s, and it turns out learning A major will unlock the most songs, more than any other chord. So add it to your next search and keep repeating this process. Now, what if you're not a beginner? Let's say you can already play a version of Rolling in the Deep that uses these chords, and maybe I Feel Good by James Brown that uses these chords. Great, this is your starting point. Do a search of those chords and discover thousands of songs that are playable with your current chord knowledge. There's no easier way to grow your repertoire. And if you can learn the next best chord after that, you'll discover thousands more songs within easy reach, and just rinse and repeat. Anyway, that's the Chord Genome Project in a nutshell. Thanks for watching, and happy strumming.